Hello everyone and welcome to my corner of the world and the final video on my junk journal. So this has been a journey. I've taken you every step of the way. If this is the first time you've seen me with this journal, you need to sort of go back a bit where I have got a series of videos where I've been building up my journal. So this is the second journal I have ever made, and everything in my journal was in my, if you like, my stash. The only couple of things that I purchased were some downloadable ephemera from Etsy. But other than that, everything was already in my drawer, and I've just pulled it out and used it. So I have my cover, which was made out of one 12 by 12 piece of decorative paper, and I have used ink to tone it down. I didn't do any tea dyeing. This ribbon here is tea dyed, but it was already tea dyed in my drawer. So everything that you can see that has sort of some color on it is basically ink. And I'm not sure if I had this on the when I did my cover video, but I've found some words that said precious memories. Again, this was like a downloadable printable from Etsy. And then I've got my closure. And then since I did my last video, I've added some things like some clusters. So celebrate together. My husband and I are going on a trip, and I've built this journal to collect memorabilia and to journal our trip. So it's not stuffed as full with things as it might be. I've left sort of pages where I can add photographs. I can attach maybe, you know, sort of ticket stubs and receipts and whatever have you. So I've got my pocket in the front here, and I've got a tag. Now my theme was basically I tricked over it. So I found myself using a lot of these papers. And also, oh, it's gone out of my head now what this is called. It'll come to me. And so, so I've just sort of built it up using those. So my little patch here, this is where I'm going to explain or put a title for my journal. Probably the name of the trip and the year. And one of the things I did do, which I've done sort of since I sort of finished the main part of the journal, is I made myself some little tickets. I saw some on somewhere, and I thought, oh, that's really great, because this is going to be for a journey. And all I did was take a strip of vanilla cardstock. I think it's like 1 inch wide, and I think that's like 1 3/4 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. I stamped it, and I inked the edges. Just bring it up a bit so you can see. And then I just used a little hole punch to sort of put like the little ticket pieces in. So that's just sort of stuck in there. I added some more words. So I've got my ledger. I knew it would come to me eventually. So this is ledger paper. I have an envelope here that I'll be able to put memorabilia in. I've left this blank so that I can journal here. Here again, I think that I'll be perhaps adding maybe some photographs. I've got pockets. This is just a little journaling patch there, that just some paper. This here, journaling, maybe maybe photographs. And then since I showed you this last time, I added some more lace. So I'd used this lace on the spine, and it struck me that I didn't have anything else lace-wise flowing through. So I've added some onto this flap out. The other thing I added was a little pocket here, and I can maybe put a little photograph or something here as well. I've got my little cluster with my handmade stamps, and hopefully we will be happy. I have some tags. Now, I printed this on ordinary copy paper. They weren't really firm enough, so I stuck them onto some packing paper. This was an idea from Jez Carpenter. And I had a few scraps of the broderie anglais lace. I just trimmed it down and popped it in there as well, which again brings that through. And then I have another pocket. This has just got a little bit of lace on it there. Here, this is an artist trading card. And I made this for one of my videos that I do every week on different artist trading cards. And because I'd used these stamps and I've also used this fabric washi tape, I thought it would be great to have it in my journal. I can journal on the back of that, and I've just attached it with a little tiny paper clip. This was a particular favorite page of mine, where we've got a double pocket. There's its other half is round here. But I really love this page, and I've used that washi tape, that fabric washi tape again there. This was my very first page where I used a window envelope. You can see that I've added a bit more decoration. I've put a little cluster and some blue butterflies that I found, and it shows through this very sort of dainty pink rosy picture. And then this is the middle of my journal, which I bound. I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I did a 5-stitch binding here. A couple more tickets. I did talk in one of my later videos about putting a little pocket on this page, which I went ahead and did with a scrap of the card that I've been using. Here's some more little handmade tickets that I did. Again, so I'll pop that in like that. And then the center of my binding, I have added a couple of dangly bits or charms. So this is like a little bird in a cage. We've got a key. And I also found this little tassel in my stash. So they're gonna dangle from the middle. I added some more of that lace onto this pocket here, just again to carry through the theme. This one is the other side of my triple diagonal, and I've added like some checks which I printed. Again, that will allow me to journal on there. And then I've got some tags again. Another stamp, and this is a wax seal that I made. I've got a couple of videos on wax seals, so I just attached that in there. This page is again for probably maybe photos or something, or journaling. And then I made this piece with a little tag on the end. And when it lifts up, there's some ledger paper here that I'll be able to journal on as well. So another pocket with another wrapping paper backed tag. and one here which was printed on card. Then this is another flap out one here. So again, journaling, I'm not quite sure, pictures or something there. I added some more of that lace to carry through. And I also put another little pocket. I created, I think, a pocket, and I had this part of my tag left over. So I just put a little finger tab in there and a stamp, and this adhesive charm that I found somewhere. And so that go like that, and another journaling page. Here I've got my lace doily tuck. Just got another of those wrapping paper backed tags in there, and another piece of journaling paper, and this nice big pocket, this super big pocket here that I'll be able to pop stuff in. And again, I've got my ledger paper, another check. Now this one I also put backed onto some paper, some wrapping paper. This came out of an Amazon box. They've started to use brown paper, so I actually saved some of that. And I've got a little white clip there, and I actually found these clips that were again in my stash there. So I'm going to put one of those on there like that. That looks a bit more in keeping. A little envelope here, again with a little paper in there for me to journal on. I'll be able to tuck things in there again and use this to explain what the little piece of memory or memorabilia is. And again, on the other side, we've got another little pocket on an envelope and another wrapping paper backed tag. And then tucked in the back here, we've got another check, another tag. I've got the lace in there again to pull that through. And this is something I did with some scraps that I had. I did a little double pocket here, so just two triangles, one slightly smaller than the other, just stack them on top, and I've got a ticket in each one. So that's there, and I've just put them round so you can see the different sides. And then we've got our cover on the back. The only other thing that I did think about doing was I got this little bit of this cut. This is a trimming. So I had this bit left when where did I do those? Oh, you need to pop back in. Oh, we'll put it on that one. So when I cut my piece of lace down the other day to use for my tags, I had this little bit left over, and so I wondered about just finishing this off so I don't have this tiny bit of tea-dyed ribbon, and I wondered about this because I also have got some tinsy wincy teeny weeny safety pins in here. See how tiny they are? And I wondered about if my big old fingers can cope with them. I wondered about just using them instead of a knot to add that extra piece, and just to fray that a little bit, give that a little bit more of a shabbiness, and let some little threads. So that was that. So that was go there. Oh, come on out. That's it. Let's see you. And I think I've got one more that I could just add that to, that just literally has, here we go, a little bit of linen thread. So where did that bit go? There it is. So if I just feed that through. So on some of these lightweight paper tags, I did go ahead and put an eyelet just to give it more strength, because I was a bit concerned that they might tear. So they're going to be quite strong now. So let's get another of these little, aren't these cute? And they're nice and sort of rustic looking. So let's just do the same thing. So I'm really pleased with the effect of it, and I hope that you have enjoyed having a look at the finished journal, and those of you who've been following me, that you've enjoyed watching as it developed. As I say, I didn't have a plan. It literally just morphed into what I've got, but I'm going to love it just as much, and I will use it. And maybe when I get back from my trip, I'll share it all suitably stuffed with the things that we pick up and the experiences we have on our journey. So there we are. I am enthused. I want to do more junk journals. So I am planning to do the same thing with future journals, is to just switch the camera on when I work or, you know, start doing something on it, and then to share it with you. So if you have enjoyed this video and enjoyed watching me with this journal, perhaps you'll go ahead, give me a thumbs up. I certainly appreciate that you've chosen to spend a bit of time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time when I get involved in a junk journal. Well, thanks and bye for now.